You think you know about relationships, but you're wrong. Listen, there's no magic bullet. I'm teaching life skills.
You sick? You need medicine. It don't always taste good, but it'll get you better. You need this medicine. It ain't gonna always taste good, but this is what you need. Men and women, bottom line, we need to have the conversation. Your partner wants to give up control, but only if you know how to drive. This is about being the best you could ever be, whoever you are. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, LGBTQ, space aliens. I'll save anybody. I don't care. I'll teach a hedgehog how to have a threesome.
What do you mean by that?
Look, you don't have to listen to me, but you're wrong.
Listen, I know I'm great. And I know you're thinking, Dante, there's no way I could be like you. But you could be me, you know why?
Because you know who I was? Before I was me, I was you.
Man School 202.
Better hear what I've got to say because you won't get it again.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Well, put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.
Yo, what up? CYBB gets the calls back. WWDD, what would Dante do to parameter? Damn podcast. And I am excited. So excited. Man. All right. Let's get it. Motherfuckers been calling me all morning. What's up, people? Good to be back. Happy Sunday. All that good stuff. Let me put the number up. You know how we do this. I got a couple calls before I even got started. It's crazy. There's something going on. People in pain. They need me right now. Phone lines are open. 929-269-4922. Call in. You know how we do this. Live consultations. Everybody can hear me already. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. Make sure the sound. George, what's going on? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Dante? How you doing, man?
I'm good. How can I help you, man? You was on that line early, huh?
I'm trying. Hey, trying to show love though.
I appreciate it. No,
thing.
I'm not knocking it. I had to do the intro. At least I had to do the intro. What's going on, George? How can I help you, brother?
Like I told you, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, I said I'm gonna call in, I'm gonna show some love, and I'm gonna just like talk you out. You know, just
okay. I appreciate you.
If I can, like share some stuff that like I'm like that. How you help me?
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, you excited too. I like that.
I'm excited. Hey.
I like it. I'm not making fun of you, dog. I'm excited, man. I'm glad that I'm glad that some of the stuff that I'm doing is it's helping, man. How can I help you, brother? Come on.
You always hear it. It's life changing. You always hear it, but it's real, like life changing. So I remember I was talking to a couple different girls, and I was kind of complaining about like lack of experience with one of them.
Okay.
I was like, hey, like, we're compatible. These other girls is like, they're kind of more freaky, but this girl, I'm more compatible with her, but she's not really experienced.
Right.
And I remember you told me like something that hit me in the head. Like I will never forget. Like the sentence you said was, you said promiscuity is only the way a person or a woman relates to their own intimacy.
Yeah, that is true.
Right.
That is true.
And so like, it helped me out, like, oh, just because this girl's like freaky and trying to do like lots of crazy shit on the first date, that doesn't mean that she has a higher value. That don't mean that.
Well, it also let me put this into perspective, right? And this is something I can relate to my own life, and especially back when I was stripping. Just
Okay.
because a chick is freaky with you doesn't mean she's
Right.
freaky with everybody, right?
Right.
So when I was
Absolutely.
when I was stripping, and women, a lot of times you have men who are super insecure, and because they're insecure, a woman doesn't want to reveal herself or maybe even her curiosity in the bedroom,
Right.
because she doesn't want to be perceived as somebody who for the most part is, she doesn't want to be a slut. She wants to still be a viable entity. And
Right.
so when I was stripping, it just, they kind of felt as though my perspective, how could I judge them, knowing at least what they perceived as, which was
Right.
my
What they're perceived as. Right.
promiscuity.
Because internally they want to explore that, but they may not
Yeah.
want to be seen as.
Right. But
As
they
a slut.
also
Yeah.
don't trust everybody.
Right.
So,
right.
so just because one girl tossed your salad don't mean she's gonna toss everybody's salad. I'm not saying that that's not possible. I mean, she could be wild out there, but I'm just saying the variables that are in place, you don't know until you have to kind of figure out the constitution of the person. You have to, a woman is a direct reflection of the guy she's sleeping with. So the same way that she might be apprehensive about being, being a freak in the bedroom, might be because her guy was conservative or her guy was insecure, and because of her eagerness to explore her own sexual personality or her sexual proclivities, she couldn't in her last relationship, and so she just goes into the next relationship assuming that she can't do that. So you don't know.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that that's not a possibility. She could be just, open for business, just slutting it out.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
that's just not something that you can always jump to,
Right. And so it was like, because I was kind of, I presented as kind of complaining as with the one girl that's not, that's a little less experienced,
right.
like not really, maybe not experienced, but a little less open to just kind of experiment.
Right.
And I expressed it to you as kind of a complaint, and you were like, and you kind of twisted it, and you go, no, that's just how she relates to intimacy, and that can change. Right. And whereas this other girl, she relates to intimacy differently, and you should, and kind of like, I took it as like, I need to look more into that, like, the intimacy with that girl, it wasn't that strong. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the girl that was freaky, the intimacy wasn't there.
Okay.
And the girl that was, conservative, up front, the intimacy and the compatibility were there. And after that conversation with you, I was able to like really
kind of discern which is which. I got you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm glad the perspective could change. Like, my job is not to judge you or to whatever. I mean, I am going to tell you if you're being immoral, unethical, if you're being lacking credibility, if you're being dishonest, I'm gonna call you out. So if you're gonna come in with the BS on live, you're gonna get the business. Real quick, is everybody in the chat? Give me a thumbs up if y'all hear the caller, if everything's going well, if y'all can hear. I'm hoping. If not, I'm gonna have to shut this down and restart it up again because I can't not have the calls. But yeah, I appreciate you, George, man. Thank you, man. I hope it helped. I hope it what's the situation right now? Thanks, Matt.
Was like just just talking. I got like kind of a couple, just doing my thing.
Okay.
Enjoying myself.
All right, good. Good. It's good. Yeah. You sound excited, man. You sound like, things are definitely moving in a positive direction. I'm here for you, bro, if you need me.
I appreciate you.
All right, brother. You know how to get me, DanteNero.com. Click on consult. You can book some time with me, and I'm here. George's testimony to that I'm here for you when you need the help. So.
Oh no! Hey, like I said, life changing. Like, you hear it all the time, and like that. I think lately that gets thrown around all the time. That phrase, life changing.
Yeah.
But I can't understate it.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Help you've been. So
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, George. I appreciate you calling in, bro.
All right.
All right, peace.
All right, man. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, y'all know the numbers up. 929-269-4922. Numbers up, y'all can call in. It's funny. There's things that I like. Everybody who listens to the show knows that I have a very eclectic view about knowledge, and I say this often. Let me see. Come on with this. Are you really not gonna show me the damn? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have to, whoever's this calling, call me back. I'm gonna shut the phones down and reboot them back up if I can. Live. Anybody in the chat? We still live? Please give me a thumbs up if we're still live, people. Something happened here. Something went Bugsy on me, so I gotta shut this down and reopen it up. Yes, sir. Y'all still got me in the chat? Yes, my man. I'm sorry. I don't know what the heck happened there. Let me figure out how I can get this uppity up, get these phones back up. So I'm calling, people are calling in and I can't really I can't even see the whole thing. I don't know. Did anybody in the chat, did anybody get caught up in that IT drop off thing that everybody got caught up in, or no? I don't know. I don't know if y'all know that there was a bunch of flights that was all jacked up and everybody's thing dropped out and people couldn't get their flights and all kinds of nonsense. Crazy. Internationally. So that was a little weird. Let me see if these phones are here. Sorry for the little mix up, my peoples. Let's see, we're coming up. Yeah, y'all can hear me, yes? Hear me in the chat? Y'all hear me in the chat? Whole thing shot down. Okay. Here we go. All right, let me see if the lines are working. Ante. Let's see what we got here. All right, cool. All right, phones back up, people. Phones back up. Let me post the number 929-269-4922. Calling it. Here's what I was saying was, I'm sorry for the interruption, y'all. I was saying to myself that there's a situation where I have an eclectic view about wisdom in general. Something that I say often is true wisdom is the understanding of underlying concepts, how they relate to situations that seem irrelevant but really are not. What I mean by that is that any knowledge that you have, the more you know, the better off you are. This is why you should be reading and listening and expanding your scope of knowledge, because whatever that knowledge is, you're able to use it in situations that you might seem are irrelevant. And so I watch a lot of debates, a lot of debates on atheism and God and whether the existence of God. And one of the reasons why I watch it, because it's a debate is something where you have to understand logic, and logic is really important. One of the reasons why, one of the main principles that I talk about consistently is that never let emotion have a seat at the table, because when you're letting emotion have a seat at the table, what you're ultimately doing is you're removing your ability to logically make decisions. And the importance of you having the calm and the cognitive ability to take in information and ultimately discern the information. So I had a conversation with a friend of mine. It's when y'all get a chance, when y'all get off here, look up. You know what? I could probably do that for you. I'm gonna look up the word epistemology. I don't know if anybody knows the word epistemology, but it's a great word to know. I hope I'm spelling it right. Epistemology is the theory of knowledge, especially with regard to its methods, validity, and the scope. Epistemology is the investigation of what distinguishes justified belief from opinion. Super important. Super important word to learn, to understand what it is. What is, in layman's term, what epistemology is your ability to discern truth from false. What you believe, why you believe it, and have an understanding belief system behind it, so that you're not just going by your feelings, which I say all the time, which is one of the things that I say all the time, is never let your emotions have a seat at the table. Super, super, super important. And the reason why it's super important is because without that, you don't have the ability to know, to have really 10 toes down, where you really understand where you're coming from, what you believe and why you believe that. And there has to be a method in which you discern those things. And what you basically do is you have, okay, this is what I think, and then I do everything in my power to prove what I think is wrong. Because if I can prove my own ideas right, wrong, or if I can prove them wrong, then I know that I'm already on the wrong track. I'm not really thinking right in the first place. And it's important. These are things that are important, because also, just as much as you might think you're telling the truth, you want to be telling the truth. It's part of the fact of why a woman finds you attractive, is your ability to navigate through life and discern truth and honesty and all those things, and just to discern what the best decisions are to make. Because if you show yourself that you're not a good leader, then nobody will follow you. So even if you get your six pack together, you get your money up, your style is popping, you got game, you won't be able to maintain that. Let's see what we got here. We got a call coming in.
Lavi.
Lavi, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, big dog? How are you?
Where you calling from again?
Seattle.
Seattle, what's popping? How can I help you, bro?
So, I mean, first I want to give you another shout out. Every time I call you, I gotta give you a shout out. You're the
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
So, ever since I think December was the first time I ever tapped in with a live call, like a lot of stuff has changed a lot. And I've even had one of my cousins, he's not a blood cousin, but that's how it is when you're immigrant. Your friends are cousins.
Everybody's your cousin. Yeah.
He's locked in too, like fully on board with Ace. He thought it was corny at first, and then he really started like applying it, and he saw life kind of change for himself.
Wow.
There's a younger cousin of mine who I'm trying to get onto that same path, like that same lifestyle. And I actually got to hang out with him, and he's in a little situation where he's in that friend zone with the girl, and I'm really trying to figure out a way to articulate what he's doing is never going to work, and how. But for some reason, I couldn't at that moment articulate it.
Okay. But he's not into it, so he wouldn't call in, right?
No, of course not. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed. So
I get you.
Yeah.
It's funny how somebody who's not the sharpest tool in the shed just doesn't mind. It just is like, oh, I'm good. You know, it's always those that goons who are so stubborn. It's funny because I was watching. I don't know if y'all been watching it. In the chat, if y'all know what I'm talking about, this whole thing with Terrence Howard trying to break the internet, and what's like he's reinventing math. What's funny, if you really want to check something out, watch Neil deGrasse Tyson's response to him, which is basically that you're so smart that you don't know how. You don't know you're smart enough to not know. You're smart enough to have these thoughts and these ideas, but not smart enough to execute them, and not smart enough to know how much you don't know. And so it's a weird thing. It's what they call cognitive dissonance, which means that you're too dumb to know that you're not smart, which is weird. It's kind of cyclical. But all right, tell me what's going on, and maybe I can give you something that you can tell him.
He's like really feeling this girl that's around his age, and the problem is she's a virgin, so there is no like history of anything intimate in her life. So already he's fighting an uphill battle.
Right.
On top of that, she's categorized him as a friend, and I heard the way that especially doing ACE and like that you become hyper aware of like language and how people communicate to each other.
Yes, because it tells you the language tells you everything on what they're feeling, even when they think that even if they don't understand what they're saying, but the deceptiveness comes through, or not even I shouldn't say the deceptiveness, because I don't know if people are actually actively trying to deceive, but when you listen to the words they use, it gives you a lead into what's actually going on. But go ahead. What was the language, or give me the whole story so I can discern what's going on here. Thank you, Oliver. Like, yes, Dunning-Kruger effect.
Dunning-Kruger, is that the one where you're
That's where you're too dumb to know how stupid you are.
Okay.
And you got a shout out from Marco B in the 206. So just so you know.
Oh, shout out! You know what? I'm gonna have to hit him in the chat. We might have to go out. That's my ace brother right there.
All right, cool. So, but go ahead, talk to me.
So it was like a lot. The language was kind of like it was actually very disrespectful. Lots of shut the fuck up, dumbasses. Occasionally, the word bitch was being thrown around in there, and like
to who? How is this? Wait, this is online
to each other. Her to him. Okay. Her to him. Like they're like friendly, like this just disrespectful.
Yeah.
Extra aggressive language that just obviously, if you want to pursue something romantic and you have some type of value for yourself, you would never tolerate.
Well, first thing I think you could say to him is, I don't know if he would understand this, but that no woman's gonna have sex with you if she doesn't respect you. Especially if she's a virgin already. You said she's a virgin, yes?
Yeah.
And how old is she?
I think she's 20. He's 20 as well.
Okay, so she's a virgin. She's 20. She's got this idea about what her, who she chooses to or what is important. If she doesn't hold him in high regard, which I don't think that anybody could with half a brain would understand, that somebody who calls you names and is disrespectful to you, you can assume that they don't hold you in high regard. So if she holds her body in high regard, and she doesn't hold you in high regard, at what point in time would she figure that these things match up? If her body is a prized possession, she's going to give it to somebody who she thinks is better than her, that she personally holds in high regard. If she doesn't hold him in high regard simply because and you can tell that simply by nobody that you. Put it to you like this. If you're going to speak to, I don't know, whoever you think is important, anybody that you think is important, you're not going to talk to them crazy, right?
Not at all.
Like you don't talk to Mike Tyson, talk about his mother and disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever you think about him intellectually, we hold him in a high regard, and we also know that there could be consequences to us, to our disrespect. So clearly he has to understand that the language is disrespectful. Or is he in denial about the fact that, because I'm quite sure that he's not talking to her the same way she's talking to him.
No, it was kind of like, that was crazy too. Like, I could tell he was very rude and mean to her as well.
Okay.
When she had did something that he didn't like,
yeah,
it was just like, oh, you're fucking dumb, you're stupid. This kind of, stuff like that. And I'm like, I literally like pulled him to the side. I'm like, bro, you like this is not good. Like you can't talk. First off, anybody you associate with, there should be like a level of respect that you talk to like this. We're not
right.
each other's like emotional punching bags,
Yeah.
And I just don't think maybe it's a thing that he doesn't even have that perspective that there is the option of not wanting to be talked to like that. I don't even see that.
Is he have mom or dad or both parents around or what?
Yeah, he does. Yes.
Does he talk to his dad that way?
No, hell no.
Why not?
Hell no.
Why not?
That rough immigrant would not play that.
Okay,
whatsoever.
So what I'm saying is he doesn't talk to his dad that way because he respects his dad, right?
Yeah.
So we can assume logic. Again, I was talking about epistemology. Logically, when we speak to somebody in a disrespectful way, it is a direct reflection on how we feel about that person. Now, if maybe he doesn't, maybe he just talks crazy. But here's the thing: crazy ain't crazy. He ain't so crazy that he's talking to his father that way, right?
No.
And so he understands this. He does understand that there's a different hierarchy in terms of how we respect people or don't respect people. And if he doesn't respect her and she doesn't respect him, then there's no way something as important to her, which is her body, who she gives her body. Clearly, it's important to her. She's 20 years old. She hasn't given it away yet, right? So we have to assume that because somebody has had to ask, right? Unless is she a church girl?
No, not. I mean, I don't think.
Well,
so.
even
even
if it's
she goes out and stuff.
Yeah, even if it's a church girl, guys are hitting on it, guys are trying to smash. The bottom line is she's not giving it to people because they don't. She's not giving it up because she thinks that that whoever she is, her body is valuable, and so she's not going to give it to somebody. I mean, I think that's the easiest way to explain that. He knows there's a difference between the respect between his father, the way he talks to his father, and you can ask him why. Why do you talk to him? Because I respect him and there's consequences. And when he talks to this girl, the way he talks to this girl, the way she talks to him like, I mean, let's be honest. Would she talk to? I mean, I used to use Drake as the the go-to. But I don't know. I mean, but yeah, I guess if she was talking to, if a girl was talking to some rich rapper or somebody or some actor, I don't think that they would, they innately feel as though this person is richer and more powerful and have more opportunities. And so they speak to them in a way that because they're cautious because that person is important. So if he understands there's a difference in the way he talks to his dad, then he should understand that there's a way that he should talk to this woman. And if he's not doing that, and if she's not doing it, it is a direct reflection on the fact that she doesn't respect him. And if she feels as though her body is important, right? You can ask him, why would she give her body to somebody who she doesn't think is, deserves any level of respect? Make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
I mean, I understand that, it's hard to kind of articulate it, especially when he's reckless as well. But even the fact that he's reckless with her, I mean, the fact that she's reckless and they're both putting up, just talking to each other like that is just, that's a bad thing. I mean, sometimes, you'll find this in relationships where people will just be nasty to each other and they think it doesn't matter. But, where does that go and where does that end up when you're in a position where you're in a relationship with somebody and now you're angry with them or you're not pleased with them? If you can say the things that you want to say to them when things are going good, then where does that leave you when you're angry? It's going to be a free-for-all. And it only gets worse. In situations like that, verbal, anybody that's ended up in a physically abusive relationship, it started with verbal abuse first. It starts out with a lack of respect for time, a lack of appreciation, verbal stuff, and then it goes from that to pushing and shoving and then choking and then physicality. And then this is why you never you never deal in those terms. First of all, nobody's going to get your point if you're yelling at them. So you can't be yelling at somebody and expect them to listen to you. So, I mean, I hope that helps if you're trying to, but I mean, the honest truth of this matter is that if he's not listening to you, there's just nothing you're going to do that makes him understand it. But I mean, you could ask him that and ask you a question, but if he's not really interested in growth and stuff, man, don't waste your time. And I'll tell you what I would say to you, something that I might have said this before. Maybe I've said it on, but I say it all the time. I say, a lot of times people who are effing up, right, have a plan to F up. That's why every time you help them, they go back to the same old nonsense. They make the same mistakes. So I'm not saying you shouldn't help people, but I'm saying if you're helping somebody and somebody's resisting your steady intention to uplift, what happens overall is you have to understand that they want to lose. So the analogy I use is, say if there's an obstacle course, right? You're not going to run the race. Like you can't live somebody else's life for them, right? But you see somebody falling behind and they passed the water, jumping over the water. They ran through the tires. They did the monkey bars. They hit the wall, but their intention is to lose this race. Let's just think of it in terms of that. Their intention is to lose the race of life. You run in and you give him a boost over the wall. He can't get over the wall, right? Now, once he gets over the wall, he's got to work twice as hard to screw up so that he comes in last in the race because you helped him. So what I'm saying is, if but because you want to win, your perception is you think common sense is common. It's just, I mean, everybody wants to win, right? Not true.
Yeah.
We see people that want to lose all the time, and their behaviors and their actions exemplify that. So you help, right? You don't plan on running this race. You can't live his life for him, but you're like, yo, this is my man. Let me help him out. You boost him over the wall, and now he's got to work twice as hard to end up in last place anyway, or in third place, or whatever. Sometimes people don't want the pressure of being the winner because then they have to continue winning. So if you reach out to somebody and you make an effort to help them, and they're resisting you, and they just keep making the same mistakes, you gotta cut them loose. Because their agenda is to lose. I mean, if you think about anybody in your life who has ever been that way, they continue to do the same things way into their older age. They're screwing up. I know you're a young lot, but if you ask your parents or people that older, the people who are effing up continue to F up. Because they want to F up. And the people who want to change and do better, you see them change and do better. But there has to be an openness to accept information and grow. And if that's not what they're into, you got to understand that you have to understand that their plan is to screw up. And there's nothing you could do about it. So if he wants to curse somebody out and this, and he likes the girl and it ain't going to go nowhere. He'll futz around with that for years. With it and maintain around and be in the friend zone and cussing her out and she's cussing him out. It's just, and the other thing is he's also teaching her that she can communicate with that now, that it's okay for her to communicate in that way, which then makes her a problem for the next dude that she's dealing with. Now somebody else who comes along got to go, yo, who the F are you talking to? You know what I mean? So it's really cyclical. But I think the way to approach this is to just say that he talks to his father a certain way. Ask him why. He'll inevitably, because I don't want to get in my head and get knocked upside of my head. So there's a certain amount of respect and there's consequence. And why would you not demand the same kind of respect for yourself? And why would you not give the respect to somebody who you ultimately want to be intimately involved with, or to whatever extent socially connected to? Make sense?
That does make sense. Doesn't, and wouldn't you say the people that want to lose or have that that would be their plan? That's because there's a low sense of worth and value?
It could be a low sense of worth, low self-esteem. They don't think that they deserve. Think they deserve goodness in their life, so they do everything to sabotage it. Let me go, bro. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
No, go ahead.
Couldn't I fix that? couldn't I fix that by putting him around situations where he could realize his value?
No,
Higher,
no, he's gotta. He has to want that first. He's got to see your life and the way your life is and go, yo, how do you? And then there has to be an openness to it. You can't teach somebody who doesn't want.
For you though?
Huh?
Wasn't that what like that was the case for stripping? Like your whole perspective changed on it because you realized after like.
No, but I always wanted to win.
Attention?
I always wanted to win.
Okay.
I wonder when I got in the game, I was like, how can I be the best at it? How can I make the most money? How can I get the most chicks? How can I level up my act and I taught myself how to sew. I sewed my own costumes. I did my own choreography. I took dance classes. So I was actively making choices to be better than everybody else. You know? Yeah. And I get there, you get and when people are jealous and people are hating on you, or they see. Here's something else, real quick. I'm gonna do this until we get the next call in, but you gotta understand, people see you as their equal, right? Simply because of vicinity, everybody thinks that they're well. You cool, I'm cool too. We the same, but we're not the same. Especially if I'm achieving more than you're achieving. If I get more girls, if I make more money, if I make better decisions, we're not equal. But here's the thing: there's 3 specific situations that could cause the fact that you don't get the same. Look, I'm gonna let you go and then I'm gonna explain this, okay? I'm gonna take this call.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, bro. Hold on. But this. Hold on. Let me get this call.
Press 1.
What's your name? Who am I speaking with? How can I help you?
Hey, Dante, this is Frank.
What's up, Frank? Hold on 1 second. Let me just finish this point, because I always start upon people and being the compliments, like to finish what you're saying. So what I was saying was that there's 3 reasons. Like if you're dealing with somebody who everybody thinks they're equal, right? But if I'm achieving more, if my life is better, if I make more money, if I get more, whatever it is, whatever the metric that you mention, that you measure by, if I'm doing better than you, then the person who thinks they're equal to me but doesn't have the same outcomes, they have to try and figure out why we're not equal. So there's 3 ways that it could be happening. It could be, number 1, I'm better than you. Stronger than you, better looking, faster, smarter, whatever that is, right? But nobody wants to accept that, right? The second reason why we have different outcomes, or my outcomes are better, is because we are equal, but I work harder, right? Nobody wants to admit that they don't work hard enough, because then that means you have to take an active part in being better. And the third reason was because somehow or some way you cheated. So it's always easier for people to point at other people and say, this person is cheating, this person got a leg up, as opposed to looking inwardly at what your flaws are, those are things that you have to do anyway. And so then they resent you because you're doing better than them, because they go, oh, well, only reason why you got this was because of A, B, C, and D. Okay, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to cut a question. I just wanted to get that point. How can I help you, bro?
That's all right. So listen, I have a bit of an issue, but the issue is it's not that I need women, right?
Just talk to me. Talk to me.
All right. So I recently became a police officer, man, and dating is kind of like difficult because it just takes one allegation to fuck you over.
Okay.
So I'm kind of paranoid that I'm not vetting women properly and I'm gonna catch the wrong one.
Okay.
So I was wondering if there's a way that I could vet them better. Because I got to stop messing around, man. As much as I don't want to, it's kind of, my hand is kind of forced to.
Are you saying the vetting in terms of what? So, like, give me an example of what you're concerned about.
I need a wife.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, I get that. That's the ultimate goal. But give me an example of the problem that you're dealing with, or what you're coming across where you think this is a problem.
I can determine whether the girl is a badge bunny or a person that's genuinely interested in me, if that makes any sense.
When you say a badge bunny, what do you mean?
Somebody who dates people in uniform.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but okay. So What if she is a batch money? What if what if that's the thing that brings her to the water, and then when she meets you, she wants to drink?
Usually that's not the case. It just kind of build problems, and that's my fear, that I'm not vetting them.
When you say
properly.
usually that's the case, what are you saying usually happens in a situation like that? If somebody's good,
1 or 2 booty calls, and then you're on to the next kind of thing.
Okay, but are you saying that these women are shallow? These batch bunnies? Well, I've never even heard that term. I want to ask you, why do they call them batch bunnies? But let me get to your problem first. Is this just women that like guys and they're attracted to people men in uniform? Is that what it
Correct.
is? Okay, but
yes.
Let me ask you something. Could you be attracted to a woman because she got a big old booty?
Absolutely.
Okay, so how you get there is because she got a big old booty, but whether or not you stay, right? Whether you stay is just, you can't just stay with a chick because she got a big booty. You know, if she's ratchet, if she's disrespectful. And so I don't really see the problem. I mean, you're gonna have to, anytime you want a wife, right? Understand something, that you gotta kiss a lot of frogs in order to get the princess. You know, that's just what it is. It's actually and women can be attracted to, they could be attracted to the uniform or the authority, or all of those things are things. I mean, if you really think about it, those are things that normal women find attractive. I don't really see what the problem is. You're gonna have to vet any woman that you meet anyway, especially if you're talking about what she's, that you're looking for a wife. Because what we're ultimately saying is, this is somebody who you want a wife and kids, and you want somebody. So anytime you meet somebody, you don't really know who somebody is or who they're not until you get to know them. And the way you get to know them is by, if you practice authenticity, credibility, and empathy. All of what doesn't come out in the wash comes out in the rinse. If you stay honest and you're consistent and you're being the best version of yourself, it all falls off. I mean, I'm a firm believer in that. It constantly falls off, that you're in a situation where, when you practice these things and you hold people accountable and you set your boundaries, a chick that just wants to smash and dash, she's just not going to go through all it takes to put up with you. I mean,
no, they don't go, I'm the one who goes, because they're usually not there's not a lot of depth to explore. It's normally,
but that's anybody. I mean, you do understand that's anybody. That could be anybody. That could be in any situation, whether or not you're a police officer or not. Right? I mean, if you're an affluent guy, you got money, you own your own business, you're driving around in a Mercedes-Benz, you have to vet. No matter what you do, you have to vet people and decide whether or not people are. You got to decide whether or not people are whether or not they're worthy anyway. I mean, you ultimately have to do that anyway, right?
Right.
So I mean, this is not a situation that's different from anybody else. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, so it's just something you have to go through. But I will say this: if you are dating with intent, and you are telling the truth, maintaining your credibility, all of this stuff comes out. I've said this before. I don't know if you heard me say this before, but my honesty sharpens your truth. I'm so honest that people who are liars and who are deceptive, they do everything that they can do. They do everything that they can do to avoid me. And once they realize that I'm honest, because I'm just not going to let you. I'm just not going to let you say something. And I don't care where it is. And I mean, you've seen me. If you listen to the lives, you see me do it on the live, right? Some guy's telling me something and it sounds fishy. I'm like, come on, dog. You're not going to tell me. It don't add up. So what I'm saying is, your ability, when you practice truth, credibility, and empathy, it just doesn't. What's going most of the time, women are going to leave because they don't want to be exposed. Okay.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling.
Right, thank you, Dante. Have a nice one, man.
All right, brother. Let me get this call. Let's see. I want to allow. Hello? Who am I speaking with? Hello? All right, I got another call coming in. Let me see if I can get this one in. Hold and accept. And let's try. Come on, man. Stop. Hello? I don't know what is going on. Click. Hello? Come on. Please don't do this.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
There it is. Hello, who am I speaking with? Hello, who am I speaking with? Let's try it again. Sorry about that, guy. I mean, everybody's calling like back to back to back, and I think it's I don't know what the heck is going on. All right, let me see. Receiving calls. Let's try this one. Sorry about this, guys. This is just phone calls are coming in crazy. Hello? 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 Shit. All right, let me shut this down and start it back up again. At least I can do it, fellas. At least I have enough knowledge to shut it down and restart it up. Let me get these phones up again. I'm sorry. I apologize. New window. Let's go. Here we go. All right. I don't know if the Ukrainians are effing with the phones again or what. Okay, phone lines are open. Yeah, it is. Syncope Bain. Yes, it's a lot of people calling at one time. No, hold on, the phones are almost up. But just real quick, I just want to say that, what I find more so than anything is just if you just practice these principles, everything goes back to these principles over and over and over again. It just is a thing. All right, let's see what we got here.
From
Ball, who am I speaking with? Where you calling from, bro?
Dante?
Yeah, what's going on, brother?
Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on, man? I'm sorry about the phone's been wilding out, but what's going on?
Nah, it's good. It's good. Yo, so I called in just because I wanted to ask about being brutally honest,
Okay.
I've talked to you in the past about just speaking the truth and letting people know what's up, even when it's friends and people you care about. And I've gotten better at it. And I'd say about now, I want to say 95% honest.
Okay.
With myself as well.
All right, fair enough. So what's the problem?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to just get that brutal honesty. And it's not about being mean or hurtful.
Well, that's another thing. I don't like that. I don't like the brutally honest thing. I think that somehow that's become a misnomer that people say brutally honest because they it's almost like it has to be harsh. I don't think it has to be harsh. I think how people perceive your honesty may be harsh to them, but I think that you have to maintain your own credibility and your own integrity. And if you're not doing that, then I think that what's brutally tragic is that you don't do that. So I'm not sure the question. If you're on this path and this is what you're doing and you're practicing the principles and you're waking up every day with an intentful movement to be that way, I don't see what the problem is.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Can I give you an example?
Yeah, real quick.
Okay. I had this older woman who was feeling me. Again, told me to give her number. I gave her my number, and she would start saying these little things whenever she saw me, and she's actually security at where I'm at. And so she started hitting on me and would just make these comments like whenever I go work out or go on a jog.
Okay.
She's like, oh, you got like just making comments. And I had a conversation with her like a week ago, and I was just talking to her, and she had the mentality of, oh, I'm the prize. Like, and she said that too. Like, she even said, I don't date anyone or mess with anyone over 30. That's the cap. And this is a woman who's like 50, 56.
Okay. And why are you messing with some chick who's 50, 56? And how old are you?
22.
Yeah. And why are you even doing that?
Well, I haven't done anything.
I'm just saying, but why are you even entertaining some 50-year-old woman who says she's the prize?
That's what was going to be my question. Like,
this is absurd.
Older,
she's a 50-year-old woman who wants to tell you that that you're the prize. And and don't get me wrong, I'm saying if you want to smash or whatever, or if that's what you're into, even if that's what you're into, the fact that she's 50 years old, I'm assuming you don't have no kids. I'm assuming eventually you want kids. So I don't even understand how she's the prize. There's just a delusional understanding of that. And when somebody is already putting it out that they're being crazy already, that you're a 50-year-old chick talking about you're the prize. I mean, I don't think I don't think anytime you're in a situation where you're in a relationship as a man, you got to make sacrifices. You are supposed to be the keeping her safe and the provider and the stuff if the relationship ends up serious. And so for somebody to say that, it's just absurd. You're just talking crazy. And the reality is she somebody that you want to deal with? Is she smoking hot 50-year-old?
Yeah, she's bad. Like, I would flirt back, but after she said that, I was just, I told her, I was like, yeah, no, I'm.
Well, then I don't even understand why this is. What is this? I don't understand what the question is. If you're not really interested and you're turned off for real, I don't even know what the question is.
We'll just have to be brutally because
you don't have to be honest. If you're not interested, then you don't have to be honest. You can just avoid the situation. You just move on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, brother. Later.
All right, Bob.
I got you, 973. Finally. Now I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm fucking up on. You know what? He's called so many times. I feel bad. Let me see if I could call him. We're gonna do this. He's really been trying to. Let's see if I can do this. Blowing up the Fizzone. 973. Call back one more time. Let me get you. There it is. I'm moving too fast. That's what the problem is. God, I don't know why he keeps dropping off.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on, bro?
Hey,
What up, Dante?
What's going on? You was trying to get in, huh? What's going on? Can you hear me? Hold on.
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up.
Hold on.
Yeah, this music just started come on. There you go.
Yeah, you hear
Now
me?
it's gone.
All right.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother?
Nothing much. Just hope you're doing well.
I'm good,
Appreciate
man.
what you do.
I'm good. You know what it is, what it is. You know, anything I can help you with.
Yeah. Been listening to you for a very long time. I pretty much, me and my brothers grew up with you in a sense when Patrice was around, even the Opie.
Yeah. All right.
Time.
What's your question, though?
My question is pretty much I'm having just wanted to ask you to see if you have had, since the experience that you have, to see if you have had experience with something that I'm kind of been thinking about. I haven't experienced it yet, but it's just something that's just been running through my mind because even like in levels in life as you change, it's something that I've been kind of, like my mentors have been telling me, and just people that are in the
What is it? What is it?
It's pretty much pertaining to, I have a chick, right? 100% idea with what you want, but the type of person that I am, it's like, I pretty much never been in love or anything like that. I don't even believe a man should be in love in a relationship. I deal more with respect and communication, and since
but you can't respect somebody and love them at the same time.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be.
You can't gain love for somebody and admiration for somebody. You don't. I mean, is there nobody you love? You said you got a brother, right?
Yeah.
You love your brother?
And things like that. Yeah. That's there. I'm
okay, so what I'm saying, I don't understand we're human beings. We look for connection and we connect with each other and we love it. I assume you're talking about some kind of love that's just goofy, that you're goofy head over heels. Is that what you think love is?
In a sense, yes and no, because I don't
know. Okay, we can't do that. We can't do yes and no. It either is what you think it is.
I'm trying to be direct with it. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
So you think love is only when you're
love like that?
Okay,
like
so I don't have. Look, there are people that I dated that I still love, but because they were wrong for me, I made the decision that was best for my life to move forward. Just having love has nothing to do with the decisions that you make and the respect that you maintain for yourself. I don't think you have to have that. And understand something. This is what people don't understand also, is the person who is head over heels in love, the relationship is better for them. Let me explain what I mean by that. If you take, you got any nieces or nephews or anything like that, or cousins, young cousins?
Nah,
doesn't even matter. Just hypothetical. Let's say you had some kids that you would take in the great adventure, right?
Yeah.
And they love going on the rides, right? And I find this even with myself. If I take some kids or somebody to them, I'll give you an example. My son loves to go to the farm. He loves the farm. He loves farm animals. He loves cows and pigs and stuff, chickens, and he just loves it. Now, I don't have the wonder that he has for going to the farm. I just don't. I mean, just like when he gets older, if I took him to an amusement park, it's exciting for them because you got to understand that the unknown that they have about amusement parks. If you think about it, amusement parks are basically selling the fear of death, right? You get on this ride, you're afraid to go on it. Why? Because something could happen. You're teasing the fear of death, right? So children enjoy those rides much more because they feel out of control. There's a sense of out of control. Whether or not the amusement parks don't create rides so that they can that people die. They don't do it so people end up dead. They do it for revenue.
It's the excitement.
Right. So if you're an adult and you go on a ride, even if the ride is scary, even if it's fast, even if you feel the G-forces, if you cognitively understand in your brain that the intention of this is not for you to die, you're never going to be as afraid of the ride, or never going to be as excited, or you're never going to get the emotional charge that a kid would get who doesn't understand the economics of it. Nobody creates an amusement park to kill people. They create an amusement park to get excitement. So, but what gives you the excitement is the fact that, oh, this is so scary, I might not make it. So let me revert this back to any kind of relationship. In a relationship where the girl is head over heels in love with you, and she's like, well, I don't know if you're gonna leave. I don't know. I love him so much. I just want to be. She gets the higher benefit out of the relationship. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
The same way a kid gets the higher level excitement out of an amusement park. My point is that you can love somebody. I mean, I thought that if I take my son to the amusement park, I still love him. You know, I still love him. It just is a situation where whether or not I love him or not, it has nothing to do with how I deal with my emotions. Does that make sense?
Yeah, in a sense. And the thing is that since I'm so logical, and being a business owner, you have to analyze everything, and you always have to be in your head in a sense. You know, it's like I look at everything as a transaction.
But you don't have to be. But what makes you a good businessman that it is, and so that doesn't mean you can't love somebody. It just means that just because you love somebody doesn't give them a license or even an opportunity to just run you over and do whatever they want. Make sense?
Oh yeah, because that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm saying I don't know if your question is it that you want to feel out of control and so that somebody can run over you and whatever? But
no, it's not even that, because my situation, I accept the situation that I am, and the person that I have is ideal and perfect. My thing is, it's not even having to do with the relationship. It's have to do with just me as a person, you know, to make sure that in a sense, I kind of don't want to waste their time, because I like how I am right now. And the thing is,
is she trying to leave you?
No.
Then she likes who you are too.
Yeah, everything is ideal. My thing is just more or less me, and it
you're not making this clear. You're saying a lot of words, but you what do you mean? More like just you.
In a sense of like, I've been debating this. Either what's the difference? How would be, Dante, of being in a relationship or just being with someone that'll just give you the benefits of a relationship, even if you pay for it. Because that's the thing.
I mean, you're going down a road that I'm not going to advocate for pimping yourself out. I just don't believe in it. It's not what I go in, but you're still not being clear about what the question is. I need you to be clear.
It's because of the time situation, like the time to invest in a relationship, to be with someone, opposed to just making a transaction, in a sense.
It's transactional, even if it is time. Time is transactional as well as money is. Are you saying you're trying to substitute money for time? Is that what you're saying? I don't know what you're talking about, honestly, and I'm not being facetious.
I guess to be very specific is, how would a life of a man look if he if I compartmentalize love like me paying my maid that comes to my house and cleaning?
Okay, but what does that have to do with your relationship? I still don't know what you're asking.
In a sense, it's like, I guess what I'm really asking is this either or. If I choose a relationship, I know what a relationship route look like. But what would it look like for a route if you don't do the traditional sense?
I don't know. I don't deal with that. I don't deal with that. I mean, because it's untrue. You're being deceptive. Even if you're not being deceptive, even if you're talking about this, what you're doing is if you want to smash and dash, then go smash and dash. If you want to just deal with one person and maintain it at arm's length, then you can do that. But this is all over the place. And I don't even think you really, what I'd like you to do is to go back, think about what the question you're asking me, and then call me back. Because I don't think you even understand what you're asking. You know, like you're kind of all over the place. If you're saying I want to pay a chick, if you want to pay a chick to be, I'm not into simping. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not,
considered. So
you know it is. You know it is. You're asking me questions that you know it is. If you're paying a chick out of the pocket for her time, then you're simping. right?
Even if the time,
You are
tricking.
tricking. You are tricking. Okay?
That's what it would be.
You know what that. You know what a trick is. I mean, the game is what it is. The game is it's never changed. It's the guy who pays for the pussy is the trick. The chick who sells the pussy is the hoe, and the guy who makes the money on the back end is the pimp. You can't be one. You can't be paying for it and think that you're the pimp because if you're the John. Feel me?
Nah, feel you. Unless if I'm,
All right, all right, brother. Let me go. Let me move on. All right.
All right.
Later. We got, it's just, there's a situation where I just, if that, like, there's dudes who watch Fresh and Fit and then watch all these other clowns and dog, I'm just not, it's just I'm so not there with it. I'm so not there with it because the internet is littered with this nonsense that I don't even have I don't have the patience for it on any level. The righteousness of here's a crazy thing. I had a dude on the live. The bottom line is if somebody's not telling the truth, then I'm not okay with it. Somebody's telling lies, I'm not okay with it. If somebody's not being credible, I'm not okay with it. If somebody if somebody doesn't have empathy for other people, I'm not okay with it. Anything out of that realm, I'm done. I'm donezo. So I get it. There's other people that advocate that, but this is just not the place for that. Phone lines are open. 929-269-4922. Let me put the banners up. I want y'all to, please don't forget the one-on-one consultations. Just go to DanteNero.com. You can click on consult. You can get me. I'm around. I'm in the city, I'm around all week, except for a couple of hours that I'm, performing and stuff like that and hustling around. Also, please don't forget to check out the Patreon. Patreon is where we put up the extra content, the stuff that you can do. And I'm working on a few things, online stuff, and the merch store should be up soon as well. So y'all can get the sweatshirts, t-shirts. That's coming up soon. I will announce it as soon as it's officially up. Also, if y'all like what I'm doing here, please. I can't do it for free. I can't continue to pay for the speakers and the stuff and the high end and internet without the Cash App. Cash App me at Dante Nero. Y'all see it on the screen. I will put up I'll put up when I get a chance next week.
LD.
When I'm up, I'll
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
When I get a chance, I'll have a QR code so you can screen it off this thing. Who am I speaking to? Where you calling from?
Yeah, this is LD in Utah.
What's going on, LD? How you doing? How can I help you, bro?
Good. No, I appreciate the help. I've been with my girlfriend for about 3 years now.
Okay.
And things have been good for the most part, but one of the things I'm struggling with is just when I give her feedback or criticism, if there's any corrections or things that I say, hey, I need more of this or whatever, she takes it really hard, and she turns into this. I guess the place she goes is this place where she's like, she doesn't feel like she's enough.
I'm not good enough.
Sad.
I'm not good. And what is your response to her when she does that?
Well, my response initially is just to allow her to feel sad about it for a minute. Like, I kind of respect the emotional response.
Okay.
But
is she able to articulate what she's feeling?
She's able to articulate it.
And what does she say?
What she articulates is that she doesn't feel like she'll ever be enough. That's the place she goes.
Okay. And what is your response to that?
My response to that is what I talked about is just as a part of a relationship. Seems like that's the other side of, like, that's the negative side of just trying to continually improve. So I talked to her about, as a part of our relationship, we're going to try and make this better all the time. And so part of that's learning from each other and feedback.
And what's her response to that?
She listens, and she's trying to understand it, but she just has pretty strong emotions that she struggles to kind of move past.
Okay, so that's not a bad thing, because she cares about your approval. I mean, you don't ever want to be in a situation where a woman doesn't care about whether or not you approve of the job that she's giving. So, and it's not a bad thing. But I think what you're having a problem with is your empathetic view of this, where you're talking to her and she's very sad, and it hurts you that she's sad, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so here's a question: have you ever known a woman not to ever get sad?
No.
Okay, so what I'm saying to you is, I think you the way you laughed, you already get it. Like, it's you cannot not speak up to make the relationship better. You just can't not do that, because if you don't do that, then the relationship goes to shit. I always say that you got to be strong enough to protect your woman from her emotions. You have to be strong enough to protect you from her emotions, and you have to be strong enough to protect the relationship from the emotions. That's just the job, if that makes sense, LD. I'm like, you want to be captain of the ship, you got to drive it, right? And sometimes you got to make somebody walk the plank. The point I'm making is just but that is the job. I think when through time and through repetition, the more you are able to talk to them, listen, I need you to do this more. I mean, a great analogy, I'm going to tell you the analogy that I thought of, right? You're in the house, you're sitting in the house, it's 90 degrees outside. You go, babe, why don't you turn the AC on? Turn on. She goes, it's on. You go, well, let's crank it up again. Let's crank it up all the way, right? It's because you're uncomfortable and you want an adjustment, right? Because it's more pleasant, right? She's not going to take that personal and start crying. She's not going to go, oh my God, I failed as a person. You told me to turn the AC up, right?
Right.
And so I think that as an analogy is a great analogy, because it's mundane and it's clear. And you go, so when I'm telling you, I think when you say to her, when I'm telling you there's things it's just that I want, well, just like what you're saying, it's not the end of the world. It is just the fact that we're always working to get this better, which I think you've articulated. But I think with repetition, the more she will get comfortable with the criticisms. How long have you been with her?
3 years.
And has this always been the case where you've said something and then she just kind of spiraled out of control because you thought something could be better?
It's more recent, just over time.
Okay, so then you know what's happening. Yeah. She's falling deeper in love with you, right? So she feels out of control. You gotta as you become more meaningful to them, right? Then the decisions just seem to be more and more they just become more devastating. There's more finality of it. That's what you're doing. You're doing the right thing. She's falling deeper in love with you, and this is why the fear of losing you is just, if you know how you could stop this, just don't be so dope, just be a piece of garbage, and then it won't matter what you say. But I'm joking. The bottom line is that the reason why she's responding this way is because you're making her happy, and because she's validated in the relationship, and you're showing her value, your value in the relationship, and she doesn't want to lose you. And the way she responds to that is the way she's supposed to respond to it. You don't want somebody who's not afraid to leave. Like you going, yo, I got a problem with this, and she goes, yeah, whatever. You don't want that. So I think you're in a good position, and I think she'll just get comfortable with the fact that you're just gonna have to reinforce that she has that she has these emotions. I know you have these emotions, but that's not what it is. And then when she's getting, and then, you know, you can also stop her from going down that spot. Hey, listen, no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. I love you. Things are great. This is a small adjustment. Let's just make the adjustment and move on. And then you give her some kind of affection, hug her up, kiss her up, you know, just, you know, blow raspberries on her stomach, you know, like it's just a lot of times it's a distraction. I mean, her fear is that because she's not living up to your expectations, that she ultimately is going to lose you. And, you know, I mean, I'll be like, this is not necessary, but I also will make it clear, like, if you're not doing what I want you to do, trust me, I will leave. You don't want to lose that either, because I don't know if you've ever been in a relationship where a woman has no fear of you leaving. That ain't good either. So,
no,
you know, it is what it is. You feel me?
Yep. No, I get it.
But I mean, she's going to be emotional. She's going to be emotional. That's what they're saying in the chat. Women are going to be emotional about this stuff anyway, especially if you're dope. If you don't want her to care, then don't be so dope, you know? That's why they want your time. That's what they want, your energy. That's why they want your acceptance. That's what, because you're bringing value to their life. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Okay?
Yep.
All right, brother. I appreciate you calling, man. Thanks for listening, too.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Shout out to Alex Salas. I think it's Salas. Yeah, Salas sent me $5 on the Cash App. Please help me out on the Cash App. It's up, Dante Nero. $sign Dante Nero is my Cash App. Me, if you can, that would be great. Also, let me see. Let me put the number back up. My Cash App is on the bottom too, so if you need that, the number is 929-269-4922. I think we're gonna do one more call and then shut it down. If there's anybody wants to call in, I'm gonna give it. If not, we're gonna shut it down. So y'all want to call. Let me just shout out everybody who's in the comments real quick. Shout out to Matt, all of the above, X. JL's in the building, lethal flail fist, Rocky the hooligan, whoa there Kev, woeful average. Let me put this is a good comment. Let me put this up real quick. Come on, get up there. Woeful average, where is it at? Show. There it is. Says brutally honest is a contradiction. It's like saying dry water. As soon as you add cruelty or anything of that sort of truth, then it's no longer that. Exactly. I mean, you have the right to communicate. Shout out to that's funny. Conway Yest, Syncope Bame, Aim for the Greatest, all the people, Z and D, Nika the Accuser, a lot of people a lot of the regulars, and Marco B in the building, Xavier in the building. Let me just real quick go over the banners and stuff. Don't forget the Patreon, y'all. You know what it is. The Patreon is where I put up the content. Harry and I both, we put up the content. And don't forget to like and subscribe on the channel, and make sure you hit the bell, because if you hit the bell, then you'll know when I'm going live, and I might be going live a little more often on some impromptu stuff. Don't forget the Cash App. You know what it is. It's $at Dante Nero. One-on-one consultations at click on consult, DanteNero.com. Click on consult. I'm gonna put the number up one more time. If I don't get a call, we're gonna shut this down. It's Sunday. I need some rest. I just got back from the Funny Bone in Hartford, so I'm a little tired. If I was run down, man. But thank y'all for calling, man. Thank y'all for keep spreading the word, telling that it was dope hearing people spreading the word, spreading the word to their family members and stuff like that. This movement is growing, man. The numbers just keep growing. I love it. Like and subscribe me on all the social media stuff, Instagram, X, YouTube, all the good shit. It is what it is. Hey, let's shut it down. Yo, I appreciate y'all. As per usual. DYDB get your balls back. WWJD, what would Dante do? The Sexual Revolution is being podcasted. So I love y'all, man. Y'all are the best fans of all. Don't forget, we are out, man. Peace.